what have you been doing?
Dude, I've been walking around this freaking yard and around this house trying to figure out what I'm going to do for the channel. I think I've completely run out of ideas. So I don't know, maybe the fans have an idea of what they'd like me to do, or maybe they have some ideas of things they'd like to see. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, that's a pretty good idea. I'm sure they have plenty of ideas, but no need.
What do you mean no need?
I got plenty for you to do.
Oh, I was afraid you were going to say that.
Here, hold my Prosecco.
The dog and the cat are like, why is there a fire on in the house? And it's like June 4th or 5th. So again, doing this back wall here behind the fireplace, Stephanie and I are trying to come up with some different ideas. And so what I think I need to do is I think I need to figure out how hot does it really get back behind that wall. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a fire in June. It's cool now. It's about 70 outside, but it's going to get to about 80 today. So I'm trying to do this early, but we're going to start a fire and I'm going to shoot that back wall and see what kind of temperatures we're reading. Alright, so I got my Bever gun here. We're going to shoot this thing because I think that thing's pretty rare. Hey, be quiet. That thing's pretty rip roaring. Again, I got that thing about 8 logs there. It's never going to get hotter than that. So I'm shooting this thing on the front. I'm reading 302 on the front there. Now watch this, Bob. You want to get on close on this? Look when I shoot that pipe. 434 degrees. You can come in pretty close on that. 434 degrees right there on the pipe. Now if I shoot this back wall here, I got like 150. Back of the pipe here, back of the actual box, I'm at like 275. But then when I shoot that pipe right there again, I'm at 434. 434 degrees. But when I shoot that back wall, I got 220 in the back there now. 230. So I need to go and talk to the manufacturer of the material that we're thinking about using. I just need to talk with him and make sure that that's going to work for what we want. And then if I know it's going to work, then we're going to roll with it. Again, whatever you do, if you're ever doing this, if you're ever putting anything behind your fireplace, make sure you check your local building codes and your fire codes and things like that because, hey, would you two stop?
Shh, quiet on set. Dude, trying to film in this house is ridiculous. 4 dogs, 8 people, everything. Even on a Friday morning, it's still insane around here. But anyways, all right, so we've established what we're putting on the wall here. So I guess the next thing to do is to get rid of this old material. Can you guys see me all right? Just want to make sure that you guys can see me. I'm rocking the new B1 Sun Tee from TrueWork. Love the TrueWork clothes. If you don't have any, check them out. They're phenomenal. So need to get rid of this old brick. And we're actually going to get rid of everything all the way to the ceiling because the new material is going to go all the way up to the ceiling. So in trying to get this off, I'm never going to get the drywall off off the drywall without ruining the drywall. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a straight line all the way to the ceiling. I'm just going to eliminate all the drywall. And then I will put something back up before I put our new material up. So I think the best case scenario here is going to be my Dewalt buzzsaw, multi-tool, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to run the side of this grout here, get rid of this, and then from here I'll just level up to the ceiling, make a nice mark, and get rid of all that. So that's the first thing on the agenda is to get rid of this. Let's make a mess. They're not too bad. I think the hardest thing was trying to hold the vacuum hose and buzz at the same time. 'Cause usually with the buzzsaw, you get two hands on it to be precise. But I was having to hold the vacuum hose at the same time. So if it's not straight, that's the reason why. So, all right, well, I got my cuts. I did score across the ceiling. Now, let's figure out how to get out of here. All right, well, I can tell it's going to be more of a pain than I thought. But anyways, another, I guess, amateur tip. As you can see, when I'm cutting this with the buzzsaw, I'm not going super, super deep. And this is the reason why. Is because I knew that there had to be some wire back there somewhere because I have an outlet. And I have a stove and microwave and other outlets on the other side and switches. So I knew there was wires in there. So just be careful if you're doing a buzzsaw or whatever, if you're cutting in a wall and you're not sure what's behind it, is to make sure that you don't go too deep with your cuts. So I also got an old nasty blanket I'm going to pull out just because I'm really trying to minimize the dust and the dirt and crap in here because I don't want to track it through the whole house. Nana gets pissed when I do that. Sorry, Nana. All right, so we're in the middle of a project, and you guys know anytime I need something, where do I go? I go to Jamie's, because anything that needs to be built, anything made out of natural wood or metals or anything like that, he's like a master. Like, he creates works of art, which I think is so cool. So that's why when this company Holzgren came across my desk, I was like, yes, I want to partner with them, because what they do is they take these natural materials, wood and stone and mother of pearl and things like that, and they make unique art with them, accessories, watches, sunglasses, jewelry, which I thought was so cool, and I was super excited to partner with them. So this is what we, more Jamie than I, as tradesmen, what we do every single day. So I just thought that was such a great partnership with this Holzgren company, so let's check them out. Holzgren offers watches and jewelry in numerous and varied designs for men and women, and thanks to nature, each piece is unique due to the grain, marbling, and iridescence of wood, stone, and mother of pearl. These products are high quality and high wearing comfort due to these carefully selected materials. They're not just simple accessories, but personal pieces of nature. Okay, I'm going to be honest, I have not worn a watch in years, but I'm telling you what, this thing is styling, and I'm going to definitely rock this thing. So you want to up your bling game and add some accessories that show off your uniqueness? Simple. Just check out the link in the description below. If you want to get a little bit of a hookup, use J15 discount code to get 15% off your first order at Holzgren. Again, thanks so much for Holzgren for partnering with Building Jay's Way and creating awesome products. Well, that part was easy, taking the drywall off. But what I've noticed is the reason I'm having such a hard time here is I forgot that there's backer board on this. So there's backer board, I don't even know, screwed or glued or something to the drywall that I put on. And then I put these brick veneers on. So I don't know, I really don't want to break every single one of these bricks off of here. It's going to be a complete pain. I'm wondering if maybe I could sawzall it, like just cut it down a little bit and then break it off, cut it down a little bit and break it off. I really got to be careful with the wires. I don't hit any wires, but I don't know. Maybe I will try that. I don't know. Oh, God. Remember when I said something about you have to be careful with, wires and stuff like that? Well, Saul's on that, and it went, and it grabbed, and I stuck it through the other side of the wall right here. Might want to patch that up. We'll get a little drywall mud on that. I was like, oh my gosh. And that wasn't even a joke. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is too much. I'm going to destroy this house. Holy crap. All right, so I got this wall cleaned up. You can see down there too. I got some old concrete knocked out of there that I had to get out. There's some old glue on the studs here I had to scrape off. And it looks like, if you get in close here, Ro, it looks like old Building Willie's Way was here before us. I don't know what he's got going on here. He's got some type of drywall repair with some little sticks of wood. I don't even know, but it is what it is. So I got that all cleaned up. I got to get with Steph and see exactly, we know the material we're going with, but we don't know the exact layout or the size of the material. So we're going to go over that tonight and get that ordered so we have it. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rip off some of this trim, just like I did in the rest of the house. I've been changing out all the trim to the special walnut wood. So I'm going to do these doors, and again, it's just do a little at a time until the whole house is finished. So rip these off, get with Steph, and it's Friday night. I think we're going to go out with the family, maybe do some bowling, some pizza or something, and enjoy life. So hope you're enjoying life, and let me get at it. All right, Alice. Drum roll, please. I think we may be a little bit more
more excited than our subscribers are on this big reveal. So, okay, so after a long deliberation.
And because it's pretty much what I decided.
Yes, that is the answer right there. What we have decided to put on the wall behind the fireplace is... Ta-da! Evolve Stone. I'm sure you guys have seen this product before. Maybe you haven't, but the Perkins boys use it a bunch, and it's awesome. And not only is the product awesome, but the company themselves are awesome. Don Ryback over at Evolve Stone hooked me up with this Evolve, and we couldn't be happier. We're going to love it. We are going with Phantom Shadow. Phantom Shadow, and we are going with this look. I think there's different looks. You can get bigger pieces. We are going with these ones. They measure about 2 inches wide, and they range anywhere from 12 to 8 to 4.
I think it's called the District View.
It is. I think it is called the District View. Yeah, good job, Ella. See, she pays attention to all the little things, not me. But we'll go a little bit more. What was that?
Detail oriented.
Yes, I am not. We will go a little bit more in detail about the product when we go to start the install. But we are going with we're going with Phantom Shadow, Evolve Stone, and it's going to look fantastic.
Can't wait.
Yes. Oh, man. Tough day at the office today. Laying floors. Not fun. But I'm at home, and, Steph's on a different schedule this week. She actually gets off at 4:30, so she's home before me. So I'm hoping that maybe she's got a nice hot meal going for me in there, maybe a nice cold beer for Daddy. Let's go check out, see what she's got going on. Yo, honey, I'm home.
Hey.
What's going on? What you doing?
Just trying to figure out how this brick is going to look up there. I'm getting kind of tired of looking at this thing.
Okay. Well, A, it's not brick. It's Evolve Stone.
Oh.
And B, hey, I can't help it, dude. You got me doing all kinds of stuff this summer, going out on the boat and doing all other things. So, yeah, it's looked at that for a little bit, but we're going to work on it. We're going to work on it tonight.
Okay.
Okay? So,
That sounds good. So how do you think you're going to end up putting this up there?
Oh, we're just going to Lexel it up there. No.
You can do that?
No, I'm totally joking. No, what we're going to do is I'm going to get some plywood tonight, and we are going to, you're going to paint it black, because I need it to be black, because if it's just regular plywood, if there's any seams or anything open, you'll see them. So I'm going to go to the store and get some plywood. You're going to paint it tonight.
Okay.
And then tomorrow, we are going to start putting the stone up. So I got Steph all set up here to paint. That's the only way I can get her to do anything is if I set everything up. So I got my plywood out here. I got my OSB. I just went with some cheap half-inch OSB. Again, we're just going to paint it black just so if you do see through the stone at all or through the Evolve, you're going to see black and not, green or brown. All right, you ready to paint?
Yes. You got me all set up, right?
No, I mean, I think it's time that you should start. No, no, come back. I'm joking. I got you all set up. Come on.
You know the deal.
I know. I got you. Come on. Let's go. Look at, I got you all set up right here. I got you a stand. You're going to get you a TL going on this thing. You know what TL is, right?
Time lapse.
Perfect. All right. I got you a TL all set up. Now, it's a little tight in here, but I didn't want to have to move anything, so...
Hey, I'm done. You have to put the roller away and clean it. Yeah, whatever. I know you hear me.
What?
You have to put, I'm done. You have to put the roller away, clean it and put it away.
How did I know you wanted me to do that? You are killing me.
I can let it sit there overnight and dry out if you prefer.
Ah! So next step is let's get this plywood put up. One thing we do need to do before we do that is that I was looking and I have a spot here where the plywood's going to go that I can nail to. But the problem is over here is I don't have anything to nail it to here. So what I need to do is I need to get a little scrap of wood to put back behind this that I can screw to and screw to the wood that hold the plywood in. So, all right, we're going to GoPro it up a little bit more. So, Steph, if you want to get over there, what we're going to do is, so we got 4x8 sheets of plywood.
And this measures somewhere around 5 foot. So you can see I put a marker. That's going to be our first sheet, is going to be up at like 4 foot. So we need to kind of figure out what kind of width we want on this. Now, like I said, this cut is not perfect, and I'm not going to make it perfect. I don't really care. So let's measure a couple spots here, Steph, just to see what we got. Just butt up against the drywall there. Yep. All right. So there I'm like 5 1/4. Go up a little bit, maybe like down a little bit, maybe like right there. Right there I'm like 5 1/16. And then right here at the 4 foot, we got like just over 5. So I think if we cut it at 5 foot, it would work. Okay. Smile. All right, plywood's up, and again, this is just to shoot the stone on with, and you did catch that, shoot the stone on with, and we'll talk about that too as we get to it. But this is just in case if the Evolve doesn't lay flat, which it should, but if there's ever a little gap or anything, you'll see the black and not see wood, and that's the reason why. And I did just shoot this up with 16 gauge nailer, just because it's not real structural. It's just going to hold this stone on, and it's so freaking light that it doesn't really matter. And when we go to put the mantles, I don't know if you caught that or not, mantles, again, we'll talk about that later too. But they're going to screw into the studs. So again, this is not really structural at all. Just holding this Evolve stone on. Hey, first let's thank Dom Ryback from Evolve Stone for hooking us up with all this stone. This stuff is awesome, and we've used it in the past. I know how to install. I don't know much about the actual product itself. So in one of the packages they sent me, I got this little pamphlet here. So it is the IBS Best in Show Winter 2022. Pretty awesome. The future of stone. Most realistic stone veneer product on the market. Easy installation, blah, 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 blah. One thing I did want to point out that I think was important is this one right here. It's got a bunch of numbers, but it says fire rated. So I think that's very important for what we're using it for. Now, again, if you're going to use this in your own home behind your fireplace, I highly, highly, highly suggest checking out your own building codes, your own fire codes, and making sure that it passes code to where you're at. Okay, so that's very, very important. So, all right, so let's talk about what we're actually putting up. Let's talk about the stone. It's awesome. It looks like stone, but it's not stone. It's manufactured something. I don't even know what it is. You can look on the website and probably find out a little bit more. Actually, call Dom. Dom loves phone calls. Just give Dom. I'll put his number in the description below. But it's awesome. It's super easy to use, and all you do is you nail it up with this. I'm going to use an 18 gauge because we're inside and there's no weather. But if you're going to do it outside, Dom and the boys do recommend using a 16 gauge stainless nail. So that way it won't rust outside. But since we're inside, we don't have to worry about any weather. We're going to use just an 18 gauge nailer and just pop, 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 pop. It just shoots right on. It's freaking awesome. And the coolest thing is this. Watch this. Are you watching? Are you watching, Ellis?
I'm watching.
Watch. You ready? That's how you cut it. It is so awesome. Now we do look at this. Now that does look kind of like a cut, right? So we need to fix that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take like a chisel, or we're going to take something, and we're just going to kind of mar up the edge a little bit like that to make it not look so perfection. You know what I mean? To make it kind of look rough. And then what we'll do is we have UV resistant clear acrylic coating. And then what this does is when you shoot it on there, look at it takes that sheen away and it makes it look like it's not a cut. And then when this goes up to the other piece, what? You can't even tell where the cuts are at. And what Dom did say is he said if you can try to figure it out where you're going to make a cut, is make a cut and try to hide it into a bigger piece like that.
So the biggest thing that we need to worry about putting this up is that it's going to be level. Because if we get out of level, what's going to happen to the mantle? Our stockings are going to slide right off. So that first one is very important. Now, as you're working up, you want to check it. And if it's off a little bit, you can probably cheat one up a little bit, you know, if you need to. But we're going to try to get that first row nice and level. And then just from there, it's just pop, 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 pop. And just all you want to do is just make sure your seams don't line up. You know, don't put two brick down, you know, like this, where your seams are all lined up. Just make sure your seams are off like that. And it's just bang, 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 bang. So let's do it. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, you did this on a job site once, right?
I don't know. I might have been camping that week, but I've seen it done on TV.
I mean, I saw it on the Perkins channel.
So did I. Luckily for us, old Speedy Willie made this floor pretty flat. So I don't know. I mean, there is a big grout line back here just because the tile came up short. So I think that looks all right, though. I may have to fill some stuff in there, but I think I'm just going to bang it tight to the ground and just start going. Like I said, I'll check myself as I work my way up, and if I'm getting a little off level, I'll, you know, put a little space in one or do something. But I think that's going to be pretty good. And again, I'm just going to start with a full tile, because what's going to happen is as I work my way up, whenever I get to the spot where I think I want a mantle, I'll just stop. And then I'm going to put a mantle in, and then I'm going to start brick again, the evolve after that. And then I'll get to the next spot where we're going to put another mantle. I'll stop, and so on and so forth. And so on and so what is
so on and so forth.
That's what I'm looking for. So I'm just going to start here and just start going. So let's start nailing this thing.
All right, let's go.
All right, where's my gun? What do you think?
I like it.
I hope so. It's permanent. I think it looks great, and it's going super quick. It'd be even faster if you were doing anything.
I am your moral support.
Good morning. It's Monday, and I am headed into Franklin, North Carolina. I wouldn't say it's a good morning. I'm not a morning person. I'm really not. But unfortunately, around where we live, if you want to get anything done, you either have to do it really early in the morning, or you have to take a day off of work, because nothing is open on the weekends. So I'm headed into Franklin to get to Lowe's to get some stuff I need, and then I'm headed over to Troll. I think it's Trull, Troll Forestry or Lumbers or something like that. Jamie told me about it, to look for some mantles that we need, which is super exciting. The problem is I'm by myself, which means I do not have Stephanie with me, which means I am going to have to pick this material out by myself, which I'm a little nervous about, because she's got a certain thing in her brain that she wants, and I'm trying to understand what that is. So she told me what she's looking for. I'm going to see if they have it, and hopefully I can find something that she loves to go up on this wall. So wish me luck. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to her, and she's on the phone always. All right, I'm going to show you something before I get any farther on this wall. Is that's what that's going to look like.
Okay, looks cool.
So we already pre-painted back there.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I talked about, I'm going to take this back off because it's in the way. But I got that color match caulk
Okay.
that we're going to use to caulk back in there to color kind of the black there.
Okay.
So just as long as you like the way that looks with a little bit of wall showing. I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to make sure I
Wow.
have something else to show you.
Okay.
Come my way. Can't wait to ride those bad boys. Woo! Cheetahs. E-bikes, baby.
Is this what you were
Power
gonna show me?
sport.
I know you're focused on the bike, but I see
Eco trick. Yes.
planed
Yes.
fancy wood.
Yes, that is planed down fancy wood. Is that what you're thinking?
3.5 inches like we discussed?
I don't know. What I did
Close
is,
enough to 3.5 inches?
well, what I did at Jamie's, because that one was so, wanked, is I just ran it on the planer until it got flat. And then I ran it I ran on the joiner until it got flat. And then I ran it on the planer just to make it smooth. So whatever thickness that is what it is.
Okay.
But what do you think?
I think it looks good.
Okay.
Do you like it?
I do like them. I think they're going to look awesome.
The question
Yeah.
is placement.
Yeah,
I don't know
we haven't we haven't gotten that
where
far.
I want
So
them yet. Yeah? You like your Dewalt?
it says
Sander?
Stephanie's brushless motor Dewalt. This is our old mantle, and it's not long enough. That's why we didn't reuse this one. That's why we got the dueling mantles outside. But what I need to know is I need to know about where you want this thing, because I don't want to keep going up with the stone and then you go, oh no, I wanted it down here. And then next thing I know, I got to start pulling off stone. So I'm going to hold this up here, kind of like what a mantle would look like. And you're going to tell me about the height that you want it. Remember, there's going to be 2 dueling mantles. All right, so it looks like we've come up with some type of solution, I guess. We're going to do 60 inches of stone to the bottom of this mantle. And then we got 3.5 inches. And then we're going to do 20 inches of stone, which brings us to there. And then we're going to do 3.5 inches, or brings us to there, somewhere in here. And we're going to do 3.5 inches again, and that's going to leave us about 20 inches of stone as well. So it's going to be like 20, 20, and then 60. So it'll be kind of symmetrical, I guess you would say. 3/3.
3/3.
3/5, a fifth, and a fifth. Is that how we're doing it? Yeah, I think that's how we did it.
Yeah.
Something like that. But it'll look somewhat symmetrical, so it's not just everywhere. So I can take stone, and we're obviously, I'm not going to rip any of the stone. So whatever gets me around this number is where I'm going to stop. And then we'll just put the first mantle in, stone, second mantle in, stone, boom, done. What's up?
I know you just have spent the whole day working really hard,
Yeah.
but you know that mantle's not going to hang itself, right?
How did I know that's what you wanted me to do? Oh my gosh.
You feel up for it tonight?
What?
You feel up for it tonight?
No, I don't feel up for it every night, any night. Okay. Well, you have to help me though, at least. Help me measure, and I'll cut it, and then you have to help me hold up there while I screw it in.
Yeah, I can do that.
Dude, you are so lucky that you're good looking and that you make a lot of money. Because if not, I'd be out of here. Okay, so we got it up there and it's pretty much dead level. And the only thing is that I didn't mark the studs because I do want to pre-drill this. And I am going to just use these T25s, these 3.5 inches for now, because I have 3 studs back there. So the weight of it's going to be pretty much sitting on the block, on the brick here. And then these are just going to kind of hold it in. I may go get some longer lag bolts just to play it safe, but I don't even know if I'm going to need them. So I don't want to put it back up there. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull a number from my brick here to the line to my stud is 16 3/4. And I'll just mark 16 3/4. And I'm going to make a little pre-drill mark. I just don't want to, ruin this wood. It's brand new, so I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. That's all we're going to show you. I'm not going to show any more of this build because I don't want to ruin it, because I always build it and you see as it going and going and going, then you're going to know what it looks like. I want to show you the reveal with the dual mantles it's gonna look awesome. So I am going to caulk this. Like I said, I'm gonna caulk this joint here. I got some color match caulk to match the brick. So I'm gonna just run a bead of caulk here and make that look nice, which I can show that without showing up there. And then for some reason, I do have a little gap right here. I'm gonna try to maybe pop some of these up a little bit, but if not, I'll just shoot a little bead of caulk in there as well that matches this, and you'll never see it. So that's it. After this, you will see the final reveal. A couple other things, but I'm not going to show you any more of that. It's going to be a surprise. Alrighty. First time with my exact color sealant tintable caulk. Just add paint. I got my paint. Let's see what it says. Step 1, cut off the tip of the cartridge above the threading and discard. Woo! Okay. That seems easy enough. Number 2. Using the syringe, draw up to 30 ml of paint and inject into the top of the cartridge. My cap back on. Now it says to shake by hand or paint mixer. I don't have the caulk shaker 3000, so shake it by hand. I think that's probably sufficient. Alright, open the thickener, remove the cap from the cartridge, and squeeze the entire contents of the thickener into the cartridge. Let's get all that down to the bottom again. Open thickener, all the contents. Oh my gosh. Remember that shake weight thing that back in the day? So I feel like it's like a workout, dude. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think that's it. I'm going to let that roll and hopefully see if that works. For some reason, I lost the audio on the GoPro, but anyways, so I had the exact color caulk all mixed up, and all I did is I went to Lowe's and just had them color match a piece of the Evolved Stone to get the color right, and I think it matched pretty good there. And then also what you can see what I did is I took some blue tape and I ran blue tape up and down both sides so that after I got done caulking, when I peeled the tape away, it made a nice crisp line all the way from floor to ceiling of my caulk and made it look fantastic. Not gonna lie, that looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Hope Stephanie likes it. All right, mission accomplished. I think the wife loves it. I think the stone looks fantastic. So again, I just want to thank Evolved Stone for hooking us up on this project. We couldn't be happier on the way it looks. Again, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It helps me out huge. Make sure you hit that bell to get notifications. Make sure you like all the videos. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.